each week we are meeting here to talk about what is happening in the Go world, and in the Far East, in Japan, there were two title matches games this week. In both of them, Yama-Yuta was playing. You know that Japan is the country which treats this system of big tournaments with the title matches the most serious. They have 7 big titles, and Honinbo is one of them. And in fact, Honinbo is one of the 3 most important ones. There are Kisei, Honinbo, and Meijin, where the final is best of 7, and the games take 2 days. Each game takes 2 days because there is such a long time settings. This was the 5th game, and it was played in Matsumoto in Nagano Prefecture in the central Japan. Maybe you're interested in the title of this slide. What does it mean that Yama-Yuta survives a kadoban in the defense of the Honinbo title? So Yama-Yuta is holding the Honinbo title already for quite a few years, and kadoban is a situation where he is not in a good position to win the title, because his opponent needs just 1 more win. So before this match, it was 3-1 for Shibano Toramaru to take the title from Iyama. And here you can see what is happening on the photo. The referee is showing, on the second day, the referee is showing the move of Shibano to Iyama. And then on the second day they continued the play, and Yama-Yuta managed to survive, to not lose the game. So before the match it was 3-1 for Shibano, and then Shibano was taking black, Iyama was taking white, and let's see how the game went. Alright, let's take a look. This game started with two interesting invasions or reductions by Iyama, or using of the aji in the opponent's shape. So Iyama is white here, and black kicked, expecting white to maybe strengthen the shape like this, but instead white tries to be more efficient, then plays this placement. Shibano doesn't want to let white just connect, so black cuts. And then what does white do? Will white try to live in the corner? Maybe it is possible to live in the corner. Difficult to say, there is not much space, probably it would be some ko, but instead Iyama chooses this cut. So you might wonder, is he going to capture the stones of black? But no, black just captures the stones of white rather easily. But Iyama agrees on it and takes the outside. So Iyama got quite a few moves in center, and now the group is completely strong. And then the next invasion happens. The next invasion happens with Iyama going here, going into black's area. Black tries to cut the stone of white, and then the next move of white, again very, very interesting. And flexible thinking by the master. He doesn't try to survive with the invasion he just made. Instead, he uses this placement and soon gets a profit on the other part of that left side. Well, this looks like a calm game, but with already 2 unusual choices, so difficult to judge who is better now. And then the game accelerated after black played this reducing or invading move in white's area on the bottom. White answered with the kick, and now was the moment when Shibano Toramaru was supposed to play the sealed move. It was the end of the first day, and he needed to decide where to continue. Probably a natural choice would be to go up with the stone, maybe, but then Shibano thought it's too easy for white, and white will manage to connect back with the 2 stones. So instead, the sealed move was this Kosumi, very sharp. And now, of course, a big fight starts. This fight starts, and white is trying to enclose black, but white's group is also in trouble. So black is trying to go out to threaten white's group, then white pushes through and cuts off black's group, and white wins. White wins the capturing race. White kills the group of black. It looks good for Yama. However, the group of white on the right side now is in danger, and soon a call for this group starts. And this call continued almost until the end of the game. The players started playing very unusual moves because the moves needed to put some pressure, needed to be forcing moves, to be co-threats, and the continued, and at the very end, when it is already late endgame, Yama Yuta plays this co-threat to capture 2 stones of black, and black decides black cannot keep answering. Black takes the call, kills the group, but white reduces black's area, and soon after black resigns. Black doesn't have enough points. This means Yama won the 5th game. There is a board, of course, so I am hiding it, and Yama managed to win 2 more games to come, or 1. The next game starts tomorrow. Also it will be a 2 days game. Alright. And then the next title match, Gosei. It is played in the format best of 5. The game was played on Monday in Kurashiki, and Yama Yuta was challenging Ichiriki Ryo. So Yama Yuta, there was time when Yama Yuta was holding all the 7 big titles in Japan, but he lost the Gosei title already 3 years ago to Kyokagen. And now the title holder is Ichiriki, who we can see on the photo. And on the next photo, we can see the official commentary of the game made by Chochi-kun. I think many of you know this gentleman. And this game was maybe even more fascinating than the previous game. A lot of things happened. It was the first game of the match, and now Yama Yuta was taking black. So let's go back to the KGS board. This is the old game, of course, so we go back to this one. The game started with a normal Joseki, and then instead of just extending on the side, Yama plays a more active move, asking white kind of to invade and attack the 2 stones of black. And then the fight starts. White plays Hane, black cuts, and a big fight continues with white trying to cut through, and then white being not afraid of black playing a double Atari, because white's counter would be even more severe than the double Atari. So black continues in a bit more calm, or I would say a bit more patient way, waiting for the real fight to happen only in a few moments. Then the next cut, and the game becomes really crazy once disco starts. White doesn't really have co-threats to disco, and in the end the final result is with black getting really a lot on the top, but giving away a lot of points on the right. Now white takes the 3 stones, but black takes center, and black continues creating a big moy. So it looks like a risky position for Ichiriki. He thought that for sure he needs to somehow reduce the moyo, but black is just so strong. And how to do it? Well, Ichiriki showed a good skill by playing this move and then the cut. So of course this is a sacrifice strategy. White is not trying to live with this stone. White is trying to sacrifice not 1 stone but 2 to get a lot of center moves on the outside and then get a stronger position. Now white has center. Already white pulled a few stones. White got stronger, and now white cuts. At this moment, it might look like white succeed. White reduce black's area, and even now white is taking the control over the center. So I was a bit concerned looking at this position, but Yama-Yuta had a plan. Now he not only handed but continued with this bump. White didn't want to give black all of that territory on the top, and then white needed to let black push through, take the stone, and now it already doesn't look clear for white. White is trying to run with the central stones, and black is not afraid. Black is creating more and more groups, and then putting pressure on white, and then running with that group, which finishes with black getting some power and white running with thin stones in the center. The group on the right side is also not secure yet, so maybe this needs to, like, we need to look again at this position and realize that it's not easy for white. That in fact black's counter is just very, very powerful, and in the end it's difficult to fight against it for white. White is trying to run with the stones, but black manages to capture them, and now probably the last chance of white, and also a very good thinking of white. The group in the center is very thin. The group of black is also a bit thin, but not as thin. White would like to attack it a bit, but if white attacks like this, black just runs. If white attacks like this, black just runs. So white tries to throw this hand grenade into black's stones, against the black stone, and then white is hoping that black gets happy with taking the Ponuki, and then white captures the central group. But black didn't get tricked. In the end, it's Yama-Yuta, so he knows what his opponent is doing. Black just jumped, which meant that the white group in the center is in a big trouble, and at this moment Ichiriki Ryo thought that the game is hopeless and resigned. So Yama-Yuta is on a good way to defend reclaim the Gosei title. He won the first game, and this is there is a mistake on the slide. It is best of 5, not best of 7. When was the last time European player was holding one of the major international titles? There was no such a moment. The major international titles are held, like, first of all, in the international tournaments there is no this system. I think in any of the international tournaments there is no system of the title holder and then the challenger deciding tournament. Maybe I am wrong, but anyway, the winners of these titles are always players from Korea, China, or Japan, but already quite some time there wasn't a Japanese player. And also I don't think there was ever a Taiwanese player holding one of the major international titles. Okay, this is it about Asia. There were some games in the playoff stage of the Myeong-in Cup in Korea and of the GS Caltex Cup, but we will take a look at these tournaments once it goes to the deciding stage. Now we take a look at Europe, where live tournaments started happening again after the pandemic wave is got down. So one of the tournaments was in Wrocław in Poland. It was the qualification to the Polish Championship. Here you can see how it looked, and the winner of the tournament is Karol Cieślak, 3-dan. He won the tournament after beating Habo Koichiro, 5-dan, who was the favorite. Koichiro took the second place, so he is also qualified to the Polish Championship, and then the next places were taken by Dawid Jurkiewicz and Cezary Czernecki. The Polish Championship is played in the format of a league of 8 players. 4 players stayed from the previous year, and 4 new players are decided in this tournament. When the Polish Championship will happen, this I don't know yet. Then another tournament in Bečov nad Teplou, a Czech tournament, And actually, it is also a qualification to the Czech Championship. But in Czechia, in the Czech Republic, the system is a bit different. There are 3 qualification tournaments. And 2 first of them took place online on KGS. And then the third one finally could take place face-to-face, which is very fortunate because the place was lovely. I saw quite a few photos and it looks like a place to go. Here we can see the winner of the tournament, Łukasz Podpera, who is the current holder of the title of the Czech Championship, and it means he is already qualified to the league. But still, he went to the tournament. He managed to get the first place. And by the way, in the tournament there were also guests from Germany. Here we can see that one of the guests was Mania Martz, who finished 4th. So congratulations for the high location. And we can also see the other prize winners. Radek Nechanicki took the 2nd place on this tournament. This is the gentleman in the middle. And this means he's also qualified to the championship. Vladimir Danek was 3rd, but didn't manage to qualify because of no points collected in the previous tournaments. So the system is a bit sophisticated, and it also you get a prize if you go to more tournaments. There is no Vladimir Danek on this photo. Anyway, the Czech Championship will happen soon. It will happen traditionally in High Veslesku, and it will be next weekend from Friday until Tuesday. Traditionally, it was a league of 10 people, but this time just 8 people. All right, so Łukasz Podpera from the previous year, and then 7 players from these 3 qualification tournaments. There are quite a few 6-dan players in Czechia also, so always they are trying to not give an easy time to Łukasz. Okay, wait, the title of this slide is from the previous week, because the news here is not that Oscar upsets Andrii in the Transatlantic Professional Go League. This was what happened last time, so congratulations for Oscar for winning a game against a professional. But this week there was a match, Ilya Shikshin versus Andrii Krawiec, and Ilya won 2-0. He has the best results so far, and there is just one match for him left against Artem Kachanowski. But we all know that Artem Kachanowski can sometimes beat Ilya. Such clash, Ilya versus Artem, was happening often in the finals of the European Championship, Grand Prix finals, and so on. In League B, Ryan Lee finally played his first game. Ryan Lee already participated in the league before, 2 seasons ago, and then he managed to win all his games and he took the first place. And now he also started well because he beat Rémi Compagnie 2-0, but he has 3 more professional players to play with, and then also there will be the playoff stage of the league. The players from League B will face players from League A in the semifinals and then the final. We have one more news about Jena International Go School, and this is a very happy news because there are 2 things to announce. First of all, the project of the online courses, 9 weeks online courses, is very successful. There were already 2 such cycles where there were 9 weeks when many students applied and they were getting lessons each week. And the next 9 weeks online course starts in July already. You can see that there will be league games, reviews of the games, also Tsumego given by the teacher, lectures by the teachers, and the organization of the online courses is already well thought through and checked. I mean, there were already online courses before. We we connect on KGS and then on Discord to see the teacher and to talk, to review the games together. There are channels with all the necessary information on Telegram. So please register for the course now. There is a professional teacher, Andrii and also top European amateur players teaching. And there is one more news, that in August there will also be a face-to-face camp organized in Jena. So you can go and you can study Go like in the real school for more than a week. It starts on the 4th of August and finishes on the 14th. This time the camp is really advertised for the families, parents with kids, and it will be held in 2 languages, in German and in English. So if you are an international Go player, you can of course come to Jena and get a very good, intense teaching. Alright, so this is it about the advertisements. We move to the Tsumego section. So in the double-digit queue, we have Johanna Wille, who is really close to getting the prize. So we are waiting for the next solutions of hers, and also for Victor and Felicia. You can see the number 1 next to each of them because they already managed one time before to win the prize. Congratulations. Then the single-digit queue category had quite tricky problems today. I think especially the third problem was really surprising with this first line attachment. And then in the done players section, I mean, it seems the participants still need to solve many more Tsumegos to get the prize, because, for example, David Ulbricht already won the prize 2 times. I hope you all continue to take part in the Tsumego competition, and if you want to continue, then here you have the Tsumego. So this is the new Tsumego. Please send your solutions until Sunday, and next Monday we will see the correct solutions and we will see how many of your solutions are correct and how many are wrong. Alright, this is it for today. And I think this week there were a bit less news than usually, but this probably means that next week there will be again more news. As you remember, as you can see on the board which appears right after I finish this program, there will be many Go camps in July in France, Hungary, even 2 camps, Croatia, Poland. So you can just pick your favorite location. I really recommend the Polish location. I go there already for, I think, more than 15 years. And I hope to see you there, and also on the tournaments, which will happen in July. Okay, that's it for today, and see you next week. Bye bye.